Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex if you're new here. On this channel, I share a ton of crafty girl kind of things, talk about hobbies a lot, junk journaling, motherhood, we sprinkle in some faith. Along with all of that, we also get into some bookish things. I got a Kindle last year for Mother's Day last year actually, and it really changed my reading habits and my reading routine and rhythms. It is actually Saturday morning as I'm filming this. And I just decided last night, I was like, I was editing a video, wanted to pick this book up last night and read it, Just Friends by pham. Absolutely love her, and I feel like I just want to read this because I love her, to be honest. I'm not a huge romance reader, and I believe this is a romance novel, question mark, maybe not. My husband absolutely loves Ryan. I love Ryan too. I think he's great, but especially I really love Haley, and I just think she's lovely and wonderful, and I'm really rooting for her. You know, I'm super rooting for her. So I got this book along with my book of the month as one of my like add-ons or whatever. And if you've been around, I started my first book of the month last May as well. I think around April or May. Anywho, I started with The Bright Years. That was Sarah DeMoff's debut novel, and I did a video about that. I did a video like reading that book with a friend, so I'll insert that video somewhere. You can click over here, or is it over here? I don't know. Anyway, wonderful, seriously like a 6-star read for me last year. But anyway, today we're here to read Miss Haley Pham's book, but I thought a little plot twist would be like reading this book in the weekend. We'll see. With my 3 kids and the life that I live, can I finish this book in one weekend with it being mid-morning? Oh, stop. Not me trying to see how many pages it is, and then I go to the last page and it's all these like cutie little annotations. I did not even know this was in here. That's so cute. I don't even want to read it, but oh, that's adorable. Anyway, this book looks like it has 313 pages. Plus then there's like a little section after, which might be, I don't really know. Okay, so like roughly, let's just say like 300-ish pages. Can I do this in a weekend? I feel like spend any time on my little phone. I can definitely read this book in the weekend. So cheers. Let's get reading Haley's book. I'm so excited. If you are also a reader pop girl and are going to or have read her book, let me know. I'm rooting for her. I'm super rooting for her. And I'm like so excited. I feel like I'm in a reading not slump, the opposite of a slump, like a reading climb right now. So let's go. Let's go. Did not finish, but okay. We just finished up doing some homeschool stuff, reading and writing and all the things. This is my little analog basket for the now. I've got some magazines, I've got a Bible study, a word search, a nonfiction book about homeschool, a fiction book that I'm about to read right now. And then in here, I have my cue list game, my Can't Snap camera, and an embroidery craft that my friend gave me, and I can't wait to get started on and try. That's in the pouch, and then I have this copy of the Latura Post newspaper. I really like this a lot. But anyway, we're gonna get started. Everyone's napping. Let's get reading. like 12:30. I'm super tired, but I just finished. I feel like it just picked up and it was really, really good. I'm so glad that I read it. I'm really proud of Haley. I'm gonna share all my thoughts in the morning or sometime tomorrow. So, but yeah, it was so good. I'm going to sleep so happy. Like what a precious, wholesome story. Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. Okay, coming to you live from nap time. Dishwasher's going and the laundry machine and dryer. So the and I'm recording on my phone. So the external noise is around, but alas, I only have a second to update you guys and give my final thoughts on Haley's book. Unfortunately, my copy of her book is in our car, which is not at the house at the moment. So I really wanted to like read you guys some of my favorite quotes from her book because I thought that some of the lines were just so beautifully written, but it's not here. So maybe I can add a clip in. We'll see if we get to it or not, but you'll have to believe me. You'll just have to take my word for it, okay? I really enjoyed her book. I feel like there's so many things to note. Number one, I'm not a huge romance novel girly. So me saying that, and then also me saying that I really enjoyed her book. Okay. Also, I think that the book felt very young, but I personally really liked that. It was very refreshing. I think that too, her intention, I mean, number one, she's younger than me. She's younger, you know, I think in her mid-20s. So there's that. But also, I think that she intentionally wrote it to feel young. Like the characters are young. They're going between high school and their very early 20s. And I really thought that was really refreshing. It was really sweet. It was really cute. It felt very nostalgic for me. Felt like something that a lot of people have gone through or could go through. It was just sweet. It was just wholesome and sweet, like very clean, very pure, very wholesome, very sweet. All words I would use to describe that, to describe her book. I really enjoyed the back and forth timeline. I loved that she was going between, like, especially in the beginning of the book, she went a lot between like their high school relationship and then the present day. I like a timeline like that. It just keeps the book moving. And she also had the added element of her relationship with her great aunt Lottie. I thought that that was an incredibly well done added layer. It gave more depth to the book. And I feel like that part to me gives it way more of a literary fiction vibe versus just a romance vibe, which is probably why I also really liked the book, because there was depth and layers beyond just like the relationship itself. Although the relationship itself, I think, was written and done really well, pretty realistic, especially given their ages, and just really sweet. I could so see her book turn into like a cutesy movie. Like in my head too, the way I can judge a romance, if I like a romance book, because I love me a good rom-com on TV. I do love to watch a romance drama or a rom-com-y, happy romance, whatever, as like a movie. You know what I mean? I like to watch a rom-com movie or a romancy movie, but for some reason, I don't know, I can't get into it as much with books. Maybe it's because they're all like, they're a lot of times so spicy, but also I think that there's just like so many other books I want to read. So maybe it's not that I don't like romance, but it's just not high up on my list, because the few romances I've read and really enjoyed, I really enjoy them for a reason. So anyway, all to say, I could see her book getting turned into a really cute movie that I would enjoy. The setting of her book was incredible. They're in this like storybook-esque California town called Seabrook. And her description of the town, I'm like, I could see it so vividly. And I feel like that's a depiction of really good writing, is like you can see the town, you can see the setting, like you can feel, you know, what the place looks like. I couldn't really feel so much what the people looked like, which is maybe also, that might be intentional. Even on the cover, it's like the back of them and you don't see their front, like you don't see their face or like much about them. Loved that she brought in, like I said, like the relationship with her mom and her great aunt, and also how she brought in glimpses of, I believe, her own Vietnamese heritage, but that was also in her main character, Blair. I really enjoyed that. I think that again, just added something different. I think for me, a lot of romance novels can feel very much the same. The format, the layout, it just feels like the same. And I think that's why I also am not like that excited about reading them, is because it's like, if you've read one, you've read them all, is how I sometimes feel. But I am so willing to be put in my place. If there's like one out there where you're like, no, trust me, this one's different. I, for example, really loved Great Big Beautiful Life. Well, I really liked it. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And I've read one or two of her other books, didn't really enjoy them, but I read that one over the last summer, and trash struck. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think it's because it had a lot of added elements, similar to Haley's book, just had those added elements. And I will say the last thing I really enjoyed about Haley's book was that it was not long. It did end up taking me like a week just because of my life and my kids and normal whatever, had to do my thing. But it wasn't like a super long book. It was like about 300 pages, which I feel like so many books I read these days are like 400 plus pages, which I get it. Like I love a long story too, but sometimes they don't need to be that long and they just are dragged out. You know what I mean? Like to try to hit a certain mark of like being this really big juicy book. And I think like a 300 page book is just really refreshing. I found it really amazing. I would give it for sure 4 out of 5 stars. And I'm really like, I don't know her obviously, but I'm so proud. She wrote a freaking novel, a really good one too. And so, yeah, I hope that she's proud of herself. I'm sure she is. And I'm sure the people in her life are telling her like, well done, you did so good. But I just want to add to that, like, well done, well done. Props to you, because you did that thing. Honestly, I can't wait to read whatever she writes next, because I'm here for it. I am realizing more and more I love a debut novel. I really do. Last year, my like first debut novel I read of last year, and also my favorite book of the year, The Bright Years, crushed it, nailed it. It was one of the most refreshing books I've read in so long, which is why it was also my favorite book of last year. Not super long, debut novel, really refreshing, very layered. So anyway, I'm realizing that I'm enjoying these new up and coming, I don't know, new authors that have just like fresh thoughts. It's very beautiful. So Haley, kudos, shout out to you, girl. You did your big one with this book. Let me know if you are planning to read it or if you've read it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.